Hello guys, welcome back to another video. We have a crazy storm to talk about next week that could potentially bring 6 to 12 inches of rain to parts of the Mid-Atlantic and New Jersey. Yes, we are talking that much rain. It could be flat out insane. And could we be talking about Melissa's moisture combined with this thing? It's absolutely possible. So we're going to break all that down in this video. We're going to cover a bit about Melissa itself. And we're mainly going to be talking about that nor'easter threat, okay? So, let's get right into it. So, for your weekend, should be pretty fine. So, what's going to happen is those thunderstorms from the south are going to combine with some coastal energy systems over here. What's going to happen? That system exits, okay? And now, let me just show you the 500 millibar height pattern. You got this big time trough coming in from Canada. And this is going to combine forces, and this will quite literally ride up into the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic, and just such a crazy setup, man. We could be talking about devastating impacts for some if this would pan out. But anyways, Melissa is out of our hairs right now. We don't care about Melissa. So by the time we get into Wednesday, 5 p.m., we have a low pressure developing near Indiana and the Illinois border. 995. You already noticed how deep that is. Watch what happens. You get an influx of atmospheric moisture. It's like an atmospheric river from Mid-Atlantic and New Jersey. Watch what happens once we get into Thursday morning. Look at that heavy rain. And talk about heavy rain. That is a developing low pressure, and that's what's called low pressures transferring. So we could be talking about heavy rain and potentially some strong thunderstorms knocking on your door by 2 a.m. on Thursday into D.C., Maryland, southern Pennsylvania, 5 a.m. Just an absolute pounding of rain. I think at this point you would be dealing with some strong thunderstorms, frequent lightning. You probably would be dealing with this since, just the reds and the pinks just overspreading the area. Insane. Melissa is out of the picture though. 8 a.m. Look at that. Look at that rain near New Jersey. Just absolute crazy thunderstorm setup. It could be a pretty nasty day on Thursday. Not only talking about heavy rain and some wind, but we also have to watch the potential that this could be more than just rain and wind. This could be damaging wind on the order of 50 to 70 miles per hour in that range for New Jersey and into Long Island, Connecticut, and the coastal region. This could be 50 to 70 miles per hour. We could be talking about 6 to as much as 8 inches of rain. And we could be talking about strong thunderstorms knocking with frequent lightning across New Jersey, southern Pennsylvania, and then all the way up into the southern portion of the Northeast. 8 a.m. Look at these thunderstorms just absolutely rushing in to central New Jersey, to our area, just absolutely vomiting rain and thunderstorms, just absolutely pounding us. Talk about atmospheric moisture. We're going to have PWAT values over 2 inches with this setup. It's going to be a wild ride. 11 a.m. Look at that band of rain just continuing. Look at that. So, we are going to be talking about a very, very dangerous setup for Halloween. And for you guys that are going trick-or-treating, I think this year might be one of the worst years to do it. This is an insane amount of moisture and thunderstorms to be contending with. My God. Okay, and then Friday actually doesn't look too terrible, but I think we might have instability showers. But I'm telling you, this storm means business. We are talking about significant impacts potentially. Let's just take a look at the rainfall here. Total accumulated precip. Look at this. Corridor of 3 to 3.5 inches right across New Jersey. So, man, this is going to be a very, very gusty, very, very stormy setup for next week. Very treacherous. We might even get some high wind warnings out of this. We may get flash flood warnings. We may get severe thunderstorm watches. This is a big-time system. This is a really big system. One of the biggest we might have in, when was the last time we saw a nor'easter like this? I'm not going to lie, this might be the strongest of all year. So this nor'easter means business. This is going to be quite intense, man. I mean, we could be talking about some pretty extensive impacts out of that. So, man, it's going to be a real interesting ride. Same thing here with the GFS. Latest GFS here. Let me just zoom out to the whole entire U.S. Same idea. Coastal, moisture combines, creates this massive low pressure. Massive low pressure. Now look what happens right as we get into Halloween morning. I mean, an absolute pounding near the Jersey Shore. You go from this to that, and then that. Oh my Lord. I mean, that is just some crazy shower and probably strong thunderstorms and frequent lightning absolutely pounding New Jersey. And a 992 just to the south of New Jersey. Watch what happens. 989 millibars crashing into New Jersey. You know how much wind we are going to be talking about? That is 50 to 70 miles per hour gusts right there. We could be talking about extensive power outages with this system. Widespread power outages. And look at this snow. Look at that snow in western Kentucky. Wow. That's crazy. You're just seeing some unbelievable snowfall rates in western Kentucky. Look at that snow. And just a classic comma-shaped look to it. Low pressure goes back into New Jersey. Gusty, damaging wind. I mean, that's going to be the story here. And then, once we get past the Halloween storm, maybe another nor'easter. I mean, dude, what the heck? I mean, it's just going to be storm after storm after storm after storm. And it is going to get real active. And the European, let's see if it says the same thing here. That storm. And then look at this. There might be another big time storm November 4th into the 5th. But that's still too far in the future. But you're telling me this is going to be a crazy setup. I feel this setup is really just going to be quite wild. We're going to have several potential nor'easters during November and into early December. This might be a very good sign for blizzard lovers. Because right now, I mean, a nor'easter after nor'easter, I'm telling you, this could be crazy. And then look at just this walloping nor'easter just off the shore. My God, are you seeing the winds behind this thing? And then convective shower and thunderstorm activity November 6th, and even some snow showers. Look at this, man. I mean, this is just some cruel, brutal air. This is just some very cold air. So, man, we are going to be talking about impacts for this thing. And if you even want to take a look at the moisture, you are going to laugh. You're going to absolutely just laugh what we are talking about here when we go over to the GFS, okay? First storm system, bam. Okay, we're already talking 6, 7, 8 inches of rain across the Jersey Shore into New Jersey, central New Jersey. That is just a pounding of rain. But watch, it gets even more bizarre. Once we get into the 4th and to the 5th, we are potentially talking about 10 to as much as a foot of rain. A foot of rain from a drought-starving situation for New Jersey. I mean, yes, it is good that we're getting rain, but 10 to 12 inches, man, I can just see the devastating flooding we could have. The flash flood, more like a flash drought, because we are under a severe drought. I mean, the amount of rain we could be talking about over the next week or two could be real heavy. I mean, atmospheric river just really setting into New Jersey. And this is the type of stuff you see in the California coast, where you see an atmospheric river of moisture just pulling. And you saw those intense thunderstorms sometimes in California. That's what we might be dealing with for Halloween. We may be dealing with some strong to severe thunderstorms. The SPC needs to watch this real closely. If that low pressure tracks right across New Jersey, we could be talking about severe weather returning. Probably not like widespread severe weather, but I'd probably be saying frequent lightning and dangerous wind gusts in any storm that develops. I mean, we could be talking about 50 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts with this thing. I mean, it's going to be a wild ride, for sure. It is going to be a wild ride. And then after that, we are going to be having such big cold blasts. We're going to be talking about low to mid-20s sometime in early November. It's just going to be brutal. So we are entering a very active regime of some very gusty storms and some very dangerous and potent storms at that. So, man, it is just going to get awfully active, very active, okay? And we're going to take a look at the impacts as well. We're going to take a look at the wind gusts for the European first, because the GFS, I feel, is going to be even worse with this thing. So, we're getting into Wednesday. Gusty onshore breeze, maybe like 20, 30 miles per hour. But watch what happens down here near North Carolina. You already start to see 50 to 60 mile an hour wind gusts picking up. By the time we get into Wednesday night, it gets more widespread. Thursday morning, look at this. We're seeing 50 to 60 mile per hour winds crashing on shore to the coast of New Jersey. Watch, it gets worse. 6 a.m. 6 a.m. Look what starts happening across New Jersey. Thursday on the 30th, we are seeing 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts offshore, and we are seeing 50 to 55 mile per hour wind gusts crashing into New Jersey. This is around noon, and I mean New Jersey is getting absolutely walloped with wind. 50, 60, 65 miles per hour at the peak of the storm strength. It is just absolutely windy, damaging wind at that as well. We could be talking about damaging wind. This continues into the northeast. Really just some very crazy winds out of that. And even if you want to look at the band of moisture that we were talking about earlier, look at this heavy band of thunderstorm activity stretching into New Jersey, into New York. Yeah, we could be talking about some big-time thunderstorms starting to crash into New Jersey. This is some very big thunderstorm activity. And this keeps on going off to the northeast into Boston, eventually weakens. But, I mean, you can just talk about the setup we are dealing with. An absolute clobbersome, crazy setup. Okay, GFS model. Let's see the GFS model. Dude, the GFS model is going to be even crazier. Oh, my God. You're seeing whites over southern and central New Jersey. That is 2 to 3 inch. Every 3 hours, you are getting torrential rainfall. And then watch this. 3 inches per hour across central New Jersey. I mean, this is absolute insane. This gets into Friday morning. Wow. I mean, this is crazy stuff. You want to see the wind gusts? You're going to laugh. I mean, we're talking about 50, 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Same thing as the European. This is going to be such a strong storm. This is going to be a very, very dangerous storm. I will tell you that already. This will be more impactful than the nor'easter we dealt a few weeks ago. Because not only the coast is going to see impacts with the damaging wind. Nor'easters, they tend to form offshore. This time we may see a nor'easter crashing right into the heart of New Jersey, and we could be seeing that damaging onshore flow just absolutely wrecking havoc. So, I mean, this is just such a concerning setup. If you want to look at the Cape, I don't think we're dealing much here, but around the center, I would assume you'd probably be dealing with some sort of Cape. So, I mean, this is just wild. This really is just wild what we're talking about here. Okay? Be on alert for Halloween. We are going to be talking about a damaging potential storm crossing into the crosshairs of Mid-Atlantic and New Jersey. Be ready. I'm I've been warning about this. I've been warning about this for a while, and I think this is going to become reality very soon. So really just watch out, because I think this could be a real tough storm to figure out, but I think this could be a real dangerous one. So keep very close eye out on this, because this could trend way better than we think, okay? Anyways, guys, have a great rest of your Saturday evening, and I'll see you guys later. And I'll probably update more frequently about the storm.